Great character win for our basketball team, and we beat an excellent basketball team and an extremely well coached one. And to go through the kind of year we've had, and guys show up every day, they continue to work, they continue to buy in, and then see Tevian Jones, Andres Feliz, Alan Griffin, Adonis, to see that those guys contribute the way they did brings a smile to my face. It's about that locker room today. We executed, we made some shots, but to me it's a lot more about perseverance and showing up and competing, and we did that today, and we were very, very, very fortunate to beat a very good basketball team.
We'll start with you, Coach.
One of the trends of your seasons, you guys have kind of struggled managing leads, games. What does it say about this group that you were able to manage a lead late in the game against the top 25 program?
Yeah, it's huge, and that's something that we just struggled with against Wisconsin the other night. And but I think it's guys finally stepping up, making plays, making free throws. I think we were 16 of 17 in the second half, and guys wanting the ball, and then playing with a conscious effort. Aaron Jordan's effort tonight on the glass was phenomenal, and yet it was everybody. And Adonis Jordan's or Adonis De La Rosa's numbers don't show up in the box, but his physicality, his effort was tremendous. And Andres Feliz has been phenomenal. So yeah, for us to manage that and win and pull away, and especially doing it coming from 11 down early, means a lot.
Brett, I think there's about 10 Big Ten teams projected to make the tournament right now. Can you just talk about how tough this league is night in and night out, and what are the chances of a couple of those teams maybe going deep in March? Well,
there's a great chance that a lot of them do. This is, I think, last year Michigan was 5th and went to the Final Four, if I'm not mistaken. This league is unbelievable. I've never been a part of a league that every mistake you make, the other team is good enough to capitalize on, and they do. And we ran into an Iowa team a couple games ago that was phenomenal. Every mistake we made, they made a three, and every bad rotation or missed switch or assignment. And it's a testament to the great coaching, but it's also a testament to old, experienced, tough, and guys are. This league is good, and it's at its Last year we got slighted. We had two really good teams in Penn State and Nebraska not get in. Shame on everybody for not putting those teams in. But again, this year we deserve 10 and or more. I don't know. I guess if we're at the bottom, there's a lot of great teams, and there's some teams. Obviously, Michigan State's playing at a level that's pretty scary right now. Michigan has been tremendous all year. I still love Wisconsin's team. I love Iowa's team. I go right on down the list. It's a great league.
Right here, Coach.
Down the stretch, you held them without a field goal for over 6 minutes. What tweaks did you make defensively? Was it, and you had more personnel, available today, guys playing well. How does that help you?
Well, I think the one thing we did was we tried to keep them off balance. And I have the utmost respect for Anthony Cowan. He torched us last year. He torched me when he was a freshman and I was at Oklahoma State. He's really good. And the one thing we wanted to do was mix our defenses up a little bit. I played a lot more zone. We tried to be disruptive in terms of not letting them get into a set pattern, a rhythm. We felt like that Bruno would be hard to handle, and he was. So it was just about that, and then guys made plays at the offensive end, and that good offense always helps your defense, and that was the case today.
Okay, in the back, and then I'll get you guys.
What to you was the point that turned the game in your favor? Did anything stand out down the stretch, plays that you guys made?
Well, I didn't think it was down the stretch. I thought it was the stretch the first half. I think cutting that to 4 from 11, 12 gave us a locker room that was excited to go play the second half and confident the second half. And we got some easy baskets. I got out in transition. We had, Tevian hit a three. Allen hit a three. Griffin. That stretch I thought was huge. And then, defensively we made stops, and most importantly, we kept them off the glass. They're a team that gets 37% of their misses back. They're top 15 in the country. And our guys did that for the most part today. We hold them to 6 offensive rebounds.
Question. Get your second. Go ahead.
You forced 21 turnovers, you only committed 9, assuming that's the key statistic of the game. Is there anything in your Illini tenure that more exemplifies what you want to do in terms of pressure and ball control?
Yeah, we had 1 at half. And, I looked down and we had 15 more attempts than Wisconsin the other night, and yet we had a bad shooting night, and we had a bad free throw night. And then tonight we have 14 more attempts. That's what we're about. And we maximized the most out of our opportunities with 1 turnover the first half. I think our defense had something to do with their 21, but we'll take those every single night.
Right here, Coach.
You talked about how your group was excited at halftime to come and play in the second half because you kept their lead to 4. For people who haven't seen your group, but with the way your season has gone, has it always been the case?
Yeah, I think I don't even know our record, but of our losses, we've had the lead, I think, in all but 2 in the second half. And, we've been resilient. We've been a team that's shown up and fought. We just had stretches where we haven't been able to finish games. I tell everybody I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I get to coach this group. This is a resilient locker room. They show up every single day and work hard. They're a sponge for information. They want to continue to grow. Today was a result of that, especially with those bench guys, Tammy and Dre and Allen, and those guys making the jump they made.
Okay, in the back, and then we'll come back to you guys.
How proud are you of your freshmen? You have 2 that are your leading goal scorers so far. How proud are you just overall of your freshman class and the development that they've been able to make so far?
Well, I think there's a catch-22 with that. I think anytime you're led by 2 freshmen and a sophomore in scoring, you've got in a league that's very veteran, very old, that can attest to something. But I think it also talks about how bright the future is. I think it talks about how good of players those guys are, and then I think it's a testament to see a guy like Tevian Jones and him step in and be able to have a 20-point night. And he's a guy that's very capable. He's just getting his sea legs back under him, and I'm really proud of that.
Okay, right here. And
Would
then,
you-
all right, on the juice.
Tevian said that it was a sort of a team effort to keep him involved and keep him resilient throughout. You talked about it from press conference to press conference. Is there anybody key among the staff or the team that really helped him keep his head up?
Well, I think it's everybody. I think every single day. I think I've got a great staff, and I think they do a great job of communicating. And when he was out, he was still in practice. He was still a big part of what we were doing, and it was our job to keep him as actively involved in all aspects, from film to individual workouts, and keep him in the shape. Adam Fletcher's done a tremendous job in that area as well. And it's not just one person. Now there's a lot of people that go into Tev, and now it's some rough moments coming back from that because he's doing it in Big Ten play, and now to have kind of some experience, and now he can gain some confidence from this and really grow.
All right, we're gonna do 1 here, and then 1 back there, and then that's a wrap.
Okay.
Coach, going through the adversity you guys been through, have being down 11, the maturity of this team is obviously. What did you learn from your team going forward?
I think the one thing is I can probably answer that question better Monday after practice or Wednesday after the next game. We beat Minnesota at home, and we turned around. We were pretty flat, to be honest, and that's the challenge. We've got to be able to to string a run together, and that's really hard to do in this league. But it's our challenge, and it's about becoming, our saying, everyday guys, and you can't let the emotion of this game subside. You have to find a way to bring that every single night. The great teams in this league do that. And it's not always about who has the best talent, it's who has the best mental approach, and that's where we have to grow. And that's where I hope we can take this and continue to elevate ourselves that way.
Okay, last question right in the back.
Coach, you mentioned earlier that you thought the last couple minutes of the first half were the pivotal moments of the game. Kind of building off of that, what was your message to your team going to halftime?
Yeah, we're right where we want to be, and I felt great that, the only concern I had was DeMonte Williams has been so good defensively that and I left him in because of stability, but he had 3, and but I felt really positive because Tevian had kind of found a rhythm. Allen was playing well and in a nice rhythm. Dre had given us a big lift, so I felt really good about overall. If I had to go to the bench, I could go. Adonis was focused and dialed in and was a key, and so I felt pretty positive about the flow of the game and the way the guys were all dialed in.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.